Are dogs actually good for your health?
That is the question we have been asking ourselves in our household every day because we have a dog.
Absolutely.
Now, this might ring a little bit close to home for you. You recently had some sadness associated with a dog.
For sure. So out of the gate, welcome to Talking with Docs. I'm Dr. Brad Weening.
I'm Dr. Paul Zalzo.
Please subscribe to our channel. We're pushing towards 1 million. Most people that watch actually aren't subscribed, so just hit that subscribe button if you can. So we had 2 dogs, a dog Kona and a dog Jasper, and unfortunately last Monday we had to euthanize our older dog Kona because she had lymphoma.
Kona had lymphoma?
Kona had lymphoma. We rescued her from the SPCA 10 years ago, and honestly, everybody thinks their dog's like the best dog, but she's an awesome dog. And yeah, huge void in our house for our other pets and for us. It's brutal, to be honest.
I want to give you a hug right now.
Yeah. Well, and you put a dog down yourself last year.
It is tough. It is horrible.
Yeah.
And I think you recently had to put a cat down too,
Yep,
right?
a 17-year-old cat. So we had 4 pets, now we're 2. But yeah, we put down a 17-year-old cat 3 weeks ago. I mean, long, wonderful lives from the SPCA.
It's like Noah's Ark in your house.
Yeah.
So you lost a cat and a dog. You're like a flat tire and a banjo away from a country song right now.
Yes, and I do like country, so who knows, maybe I'll write one.
Right. Well,
Leave a comment if you want me to write a country
bad
song.
things come in 3, so check your tires before you go home
Yeah.
today. All right, so enough sadness.
Yeah.
Can dogs improve your health span or your lifespan?
Right.
That's
And
a good question.
there's actually some good signs. People have looked at this. People have thought, hey, I feel better. Or people feel better or seem to be better if they have pets, particularly dogs. So we looked into some of the research. So number 1 is it actually improves your heart. So they don't just warm your heart, they actually might protect your heart.
Yes, there's been some good evidence that suggests that rate of heart attack, stroke, cardiovascular disease goes down with owning a pet, specifically after you've had a heart attack.
Yeah, 2019 circulation, 24% reduction in all-cause mortality after a heart attack in dog owners, which is amazing.
That is. I mean,
Yeah.
that's because someone trained your dog to do CPR.
That's
probably.
right. Or at least call 911.
Well, they got 4 paws. They can do really get it
attach
going.
little defibrillators to them.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's number 1, heart. Number 2 is it gets you moving.
And that one's obvious, right? If you have a dog, you're walking your dog. If you're walking your dog, you're getting more steps in. And as we know, and we've talked about in just about every video, motion is good. The more you move, the better it is for you.
Yeah, and they've actually quantified this. It's about, dog owners get about 2,000 more steps than the average person, which is about 20 minutes of extra walking or a mile.
Yeah. Now, some people might say, well, maybe it's just people who get dogs or people that like to walk. So maybe they're not walking more, but they're just walking with a dog now.
For sure.
Oh, shout out to the guy who trained my dog, Andrew Perkins. He has a book here.
There you go.
I'm going to put the link. It's an excellent training book if you want to know how to train your dog to walk without pulling your shoulder out of joint.
Who doesn't like the pulling?
Having said that, in the fracture clinic, I mean, how many times have you seen someone who got injured walking their dog?
Yes, or stopping their dog from going to another dog, or getting tripped up on the leash.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a lot of, or trying to pick up the poop, in the
So
winter.
make sure you get your dog trained well, or you
Agreed.
train it, go to the training classes so that you can walk safely with your dog.
Okay, number 3, lower incidence of anxiety and depression.
Yes, and there have been some studies that show that some hormones are elevated and some hormones are suppressed. So specifically, oxytocin is elevated.
Right, and this is one that we hear about in pregnancy and birthing mothers, but it increases emotional bonding and well-being.
And your stress hormones like cortisol, those are lowered.
Goes down. We know
So-
cortisol is bad for us, so that helps in that one.
Okay.
Number 4 is reduces loneliness and isolation. And in 2025, this is a huge problem, particularly as we get older. But people are spending more and more of their days by themselves, which has been shown to be very, very bad for our health.
We really saw that during COVID, and a lot of increased sales of dogs, I think, happened during that period because of all the loneliness going on.
Yeah.
And not only just having the dog reduces loneliness because you have a companion there, when you're walking your dog, it puts you into a sort of a social environment where you're going to meet people, right? Having a pet, walking a pet, you see
Sure, you
people,
talk to your
you start
neighbors.
talking to your neighbors, talk to other dog owners, and
Yeah.
people stop and talk to you. If I'd only known that when I was single, I'd have got like a dog to walk
I think
around.
there are movies where people have
Yeah.
borrowed like someone's puppy and then gone to the park to try to meet girls or something.
Yeah. Can't comment if that works, but if you're single and
Yeah,
watching
don't
this,
try that. Don't try. But yeah, there is something about that unconditional love of a dog, and honestly, that's what I miss about my dog. Up every morning when I go to work, home at the door when you come back, and there's reminds me of a joke about so if you lock your partner and your dog in the trunk of your car for 24 hours, then you open up the trunk and then you look to see who's happy to see you, and
the dog's happy.
the dog's always
Not
happy.
your partner.
Your partner's not happy.
I wouldn't be happy in the trunk of a car.
No, definitely do not try this at home. This is a joke. Okay, and the last one is benefit for kids. So there's two main identifiable benefits for kids. I mean, there's many, but one is it increases their empathy.
Yes.
So it teaches them kindness for a living being, teaches them responsibility, how to take care of that pet. But the other one is it improves their immunity.
Right? It's kind of like a desensitization because you're exposing them to a bunch of antigens from the dog, presumably, and they're just going to have less allergies, apparently.
Right, and if you don't own a dog, you see someone who lets their dog lick their face, you're like, what are you doing? And as long as your child is not immunocompromised, there's some thoughts that a dog licking a child's face exposes it to other bacteria and other organisms, as well as the dander in the house. And at a younger age, this is thought to increase the microbiome diversity, as well as their general health. This is part of what's called the hygiene hypothesis, where some people believe that in developed countries, we're too clean, like because of antibacterial soaps or wipes or antibiotics themselves, or the way that our houses are so sterile and kids don't play in the dirt and eat dirt anymore.
So they're not exposed to these antigens, and so they can't have an appropriate immune response to them. And then later in life, when they get exposed to them, they develop allergies to them.
And it can even relate to autoimmune diseases, but the hygiene hypothesis is a little bit controversial because then you'd say like, well, every kid on a farm shouldn't have this then, or every kid that lives in a less developed nation shouldn't have it. And so there's a bit of mixed data, but it's an interesting
soft science.
Soft science.
Sometimes I wonder if my dog is taking years off my life, like when she digs in the garden or eats the flowers I just planted.
Yeah.
My cortisol levels go through the roof.
My dog never ate the flowers, but our older dogs that we had to put down used to always dig a hole because the ground gets cool, right?
Yes,
So they dig and then they sit there and.
All right, it's a dog-eat-dog world out there. Is that everything?
It certainly is. So what we would say is proceed with caution if you're thinking about getting a dog, because it is a huge commitment. It's a huge responsibility. There's a lot to owning a dog, so give it a lot of thoughtful consideration before you do it. Maybe even babysit someone's dog for a little bit before you get one, just to say, is this something that really fits with my life? Because whether it's travel or work or whatever. But if you do have a dog, please leave a comment about your dog experience. We love hearing them. And if you like this,
you know what? And there's something there because of all the therapy dogs you see walking around the hospital, right?
Sure.
I mean, we use this in medicine regularly. People bring therapy dogs into the hospital.
I think that was the impetus for the depression and anxiety part that they've helped. And even in schools, I know that during the pandemic, when kids were really having a tough time, there were dogs going into a lot of the schools.
And it's relatively recent. When I was in med school, there was an ICU, an intensivist, and she used to bring her dog into round in the ICU before all this was known about the benefits of dogs.
I have some patients who bring their dogs in regularly to our office.
If you are going to get a dog, mind the size, okay?
Yep.
And your strength compared to the size, because they can pull when you walk. That's why it's important to read that book and the link and learn how to train the dog to walk properly, because we have seen in the fracture clinic unfortunate dog injuries where pulls the owner, they fall, break their wrist or hurt their shoulder or something like that. So be super careful when you are walking your dog, especially on icy ground, uneven ground. But generally, they might be just the thing you need.
Dogs are awesome. If you like this video, please like and subscribe to our channel.
And remember, you are in charge of your own health.
We'll see you next time.